such a elite group, which I was listening to Dr. Sushma and Dr. Atul. I was finding it wherever I come, because I'm really feeling great and good. I don't have words to say thanks to all of you. Now, I have been asked to tell
sorry, sir,
about
because
my
of
journey as a farmer.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, please continue. Please continue.
So I have been asked to, share my story of getting into agriculture and all this. I will try to make it in 10 minutes, short 10 minutes. Sir, being in army, I was in a excellent unit, and I loved army, and there was nothing I was not happy with army or something like that. But there are stages came where I thought now I should do something different, and something different where I can make a difference to the society. So I belong to a farmer family, and whenever I used to go at home or I always used to hear poor farm and all this. Somehow that thing never stuck to me. That thing never, I never accepted that. How can a person who has got land and all these things, because we were in North India, water was there, everything was there. I was seeing, how can it be like this? Anyway, one was this point. The second point was I was asking a friend of mine. So I said now I want to do something outside. So what should I be doing? So he said, knowing your nature and culture, you can only do agriculture outside. That was his suggestion to me, because I used to always get into small fights on issues which people thought they are too small issues, but I always thought they are big issues. And it remained like that only. For me, they were always big, and for people, they were always small. Anyway, finally, I decided to get into agriculture. And my brother, though I belong to Haryana, and my brother was settled in Bulandshahr. And the place where I come from, Haryana, there is a scarcity of water. And my parents used to hold a small piece of land. But I thought the place Bulandshahr is a much better place for farming. So a friend of my elder brother, I used to play cards with him while coming on leave. He was doing this pesticide and seed business. So I requested him, can we work together? So we said, okay, we will work together. So that's how we started here, and we had no land. I had actually no knowledge of farming, because at the age of 10 years, I went to Sainik school, and from there to NDA and to IMA and Army. When we started this, we took land on lease. That was a big chunk of land. If I say it, 250 plus 150, 400. 400 means around 60 acres land we started farming, taking on lease. And taking a tractor and all this, whatever money we had, we invested that. And we started doing farming. In 4 years, to cut it short, we lost everything. In 3 years, rather. Whatever we invested, it became zero. And we were cheated by one and all. We had no experience. My partner is elder to me. He's MSc in chemistry, a good businessman. But as farming, we lost everything. And we became laughing stock of the entire area. Especially people commented, hope you are listening to me. Am I audible?
Yeah, very well.
Yes, Colonel.
Ismail
Yes,
sir, Dr.
Colonel.
Ismail sir. Okay.
Yeah, very much audible.
Let's continue.
Continue, please.
Okay. So, okay, then we were sitting in the tubal on a hired land. and discussing about what were we sending to the market, and we call it patti. The Adatia, that commission agent, he sends back a patti. This was your product and this is how it was sold. The details of that. So first time I was seeing those pattis, and I was shocked and surprised. The amount he has committed, that gentleman, to us was, say, 500 per bag for 100 bags. What he had done in that patti was 20 bags or 10 bags, 500. Next 20, 400, 300, 250, like this. And average was 350, something like that. And that was a routine process. I asked my partner, Mr. Yadav, what is this? He said, it is like this only. This is exploitation. He said, it happens like this only. We can't do anything. We cannot sell this product anywhere. And we have to go, when we'll go to the other fellow, he will be worse than what he is, what this gentleman is. I told him that I cannot go to sleep if I'm exploited. I know if I come to know that I'm exploited, I cannot go to sleep. I'm ready to eat one chapati less. So anyway, we were just discussing and we were fighting with each other. Then he said, finally I told him we will leave this agriculture. He said, tell me, we will leave this agriculture once we decide which is the place where we will not be exploited. I had no answer. In the same evening, finally we reached a solution. A bigger or person who is more dominant, who has got more powers, who is more dominating, he can exploit a other person who is not in that position. Implies you become bigger, you become big, then you will not be exploited. So we started working on that day, that evening. We decided we will become big in this carrot. In that year, we were doing, in that this total land, we were doing only 4 acres or 2 acres of carrots at that time. Next year, we imported a machine from Italy, and 3 years, what we had learned, where we had made mistakes, the people who had made fool of us, we corrected all those things and took an oath that we will sort out this. We will not run away from the situation. Next year, to be honest, we earned 85 lakh rupees in carrots only. We increased that quantity. We imported a machine from Italy. We changed the quality, quantity, everything we changed. And the result was seen. The exploitation ended that and there only. That is how we came out of that exploitation, because we felt that this is not correct. Now I'll come to the second point. What I have seen around is that all farmers are fighting on rates. You must get good rates. They are fighting with the government, whatever it is, MSP and all this. Yes, everybody can't be like us, but nobody is talking on reduction of cost of agriculture. We are success today. I would like to share that we are producing around about 20,000 metric tons of carrots, and we are the largest producer of carrots in India, and almost we are sending everywhere in India. the whole thing, what we worked was, we should three things we were working on: quality, quantity, commitment. And when we see other farmers, we don't find this quality, quantity, and commitment where we stand different. If we have quantity, if we have quality, if we have commitment, then I think the people will respect you in the market and you will get your dues. Nobody can stop you. The problem is we have got small fragmentation of land, and what happens is, if I have got a 4 acre of land, I produce 80 tons of carrots. What will happen? Who is bothered about 80 tons of carrots in this? We are not able to unite a farmer independently. If he's working on 4 acres of land, his primary investment is 20 lakh rupees for equipment infrastructure. And for 20 acres also it is same. How can from the day one it becomes unviable? We understood this point. We consolidated the land. We joined the farmers with us. We put everything, our energy and our whatever we had, and we knew unless until we become big, we will be exploited. This thing I would like to say, would like to highlight, unless until we unite, we become bigger, like FPOs or something like that we make together. And I'll give an example. Say, we are the largest single buyer of seeds in India. And hence, we get at the most cheap rate in India, the seeds. Maybe you may say 70% of the cost. So 30% we are saving only in seed cost. Now, so unless now we are the one of the largest buyers of, say, bags. As a normal farmer, if he gets, say, for 40 rupees, we will get at 32 rupees, 35 rupees. Everything we are getting cheap. Everything we are getting quality. Everywhere we are getting respect. The only thing is, we have become bigger. We have joined farmer with ourselves. And now, then, giving, what happens is, if you get in a technology, people don't share it. In our case, today, there are four basic things what is being used, this machinery part. One is sowing machine, one is harvesting machine, one is washing machine, and third is cold storage. All four things are in-house development, and that we have shared with everyone. As a result, our area, we challenge anybody in India that they cannot produce carrots lower than our cost. As a result, what is happening is, almost every day, if I give you an example of Hyderabad town, as on today, we are selling 45 to 50 tons of carrot every day in Hyderabad. Because that is happening because we have cut the cost. We are not asking for higher cost, higher price of our product. We are asking the price what is prevalent, and we don't look forward for higher price. We have cut the cost by mechanization, by in-house development of the machinery part. It is difficult for me to explain unless until somebody sees it. Say, for example, we established the first carrot cold store of India in 2004. And we paid 5 lakh rupees to a consultancy, one of the best consultancy firms at that time, for establishing this cold store. And what happened, which generally happened in India, is that consultant never knew how to build a carrot cold store. As a result, we spent 4 to 5 times the cost of a store, cold store, and that cold store was a failure. And we came on road. The only strength with us was our agriculture. People may be saying anything about agriculture, but for last 20 years, we have not lost any money in farming for last 20 years. If we have lost money, it was in post-harvest or in, say, seed were not correct or something like that. But in agriculture, we have not lost. I, being a son of a farmer, I, with due humility, will like to say, people who own land, I'm talking about my area in Uttar Pradesh, people who own land, they don't even spend 365 hours in a year at the farm. They have got all the time for panchayat election, for any marriage, for block pramukh election, for chairman election, for MLA election, for MP election, but they are not bothered about. They don't spend time at their farm. We, if you come and see us, almost 12 hours every day we are spending. My partner takes only maybe leaving that place for, say, in a year for 3 to 4 days only outside. Farmer must spend his time in the field. He should be disciplined like an army soldier, because and he must act like a scientist. He must act as a laborer. He must act like a soldier. He must act like a scientist. What we gathered after all this experience is, it is the most scientific subject in the world. Here you require all kind of science. Whatever under the earth you can imagine. This is my observation. Whether it is sunlight, whether it is wind, whether it is rain, whether it is water, whether it is soil, whether it is pesticide, herbicide, plants, whether it is engineering, whether it is marketing, whether it is storage, whether it is refrigeration, whether I tell you, if you get into all this, because we are in the total chain from growing to marketing, with storage and transporting, logistics, it requires a best logistical mind. It requires the best MBA mind to market. We have been marketing throughout India, and we understand, we know what it requires. But unfortunately, the person, if most of the people, uneducated people, have got into this. At times when we try to explain to some farmer, to our elder, he is not ready to accept. He says, for last 40 years, 50 years, I have been doing this. My father has been doing, my grandfather has been doing this. What will you teach me? If people have blocked their mind, I'm talking about the majority. If people have blocked their mind, what will they learn? So that's why first green revolution was something different. We were fighting for our stomach. And that were very basic things. But when we are looking for the second green revolution, my suggestion is, people like you, instead of doing all this you continue doing it. If we want to do service to this country, we must establish a seeing is believing. If in our area, if in our village, the people who got education in agriculture, who have worked in agriculture, they must start a small project where people can see it and believe it and can follow. I will, because why I'm saying it so strongly, because when we started in Bulandshahr, the people who were laughing on us, now they are spying on us. See what they are doing. Now, before we come, moment the people who are working with us as supervisors, etc., people bribe them to know what we are doing. Though we are not hiding anything, but still they feel that they are hiding something. If the worst part I find is people who got degrees in agriculture, in engineering, in doctorate or anywhere, they were making buildings, dams, or say machines and all this. Doctors were treating patients and all that, educating also, making other doctors also. But in agriculture side, 99% you people never went back to the agriculture. But when you retire, my humble request is you must make it a point to establish a small system, because now say Dr. Atul was talking, it was great listening. Unless until you prove it, everything has to become if we are working, if we are talking on agriculture, one is a science subject. You may spend crores of rupees to learn, to find out something or make something. But finally, the crux is the commercial agriculture. Everywhere, whatever we are doing, it has to be commercially viable. And the people who are inventing this or who are discovering this, they have also got a duty to make it commercial viable. Unless until we make commercial viable, say poly houses. Haryana gave 90% subsidies. It means free of cost. But hardly any this poly house is a commercial viable.
Yes.
What is the point of that? I think I have spoken enough. There is a lot to speak.
Yes.
And some other time I'll take, I think I've taken more time. But the point, sir, is simple. We can do great things. You people are great. But my request is to please establish something. Now, if you come to Secunderabad, our place, Bulandshahr district, ours is now, Frontline Rotor was writing an article. They wrote carrot capital of India. People, thousands of people are now working on carrot only. It has become the largest, one of the largest market of India. Now, Delhi, Azadpur has been left behind. They have been left behind. People are coming directly to Secunderabad, that is a subdivision. Nobody knows that. But the companies who are selling seed, they are coming directly from France and from Holland to from Japan to us, finding out where is this Secunderabad, where is this Colonel Saab. And farmers, they are lined up. They feel blessed if they are joined with us. The labor, the transport system. Now if I will not be boasting, but I will like to share one thing. This middleman, we have made them, the Azadpur Mandi is the Asia's largest Mandi. We have made them totally ineffective. We are declaring the rate every week. They cannot decide our rate. They cannot decide our rate. The rate will be announced by us every week. We don't go to the Mandi. They have to come to us every week. They have to come and give us payment here. For last 12 years, I never went to a Mandi. Our terms and conditions are, when they come, they will be respected here.
Thank you.
We will not be bossy. We will be respecting them, but we will not go to the Mandi. And they are nobody to decide our rates. Now, sir, sorry for taking all this time and becoming a little sentimental, but now I'll only will buy.
If the best of the brands, you say Amul or whatever it is, if you send a vegetable and it is not good, you send a fruit. But anyway, after all this, we decide now what happens if you are selling in the wholesale market, and we were using bags which were printed. But what happened was, those bags were purchased by other people and were re-circulated in the market with our name, with their product. This India is a beautiful country.
I know. Novel brand. No, no colorful brand. I think
I'll just share one other thing also, sir. This year we got a project sanctioned, about 26 crore rupees project sanctioned from the Ministry of Food Processing, and we were to brand and all that, and packaging, retail packaging and all that we were to start, and with IQF and hydrocooling and all that. But somehow we got stuck in red tapeism. We could not get the approval of the land use change where we wanted to set up, and it is still stuck with the government of Uttar Pradesh.
Okay.
And if it is approved in the due course of
Thank
time, then we will go for this. What we
Okay.
have
Okay. Thank you, Colonel. I think because I have got some announcement to make also, I would ask first Jitendra Srivastava. He has raised his hand. I see him. Srivastava, you can please share your comments. Yeah, Srivastava, please, you can speak.
We can't hear him. He's speaking, but he seems to be. We can't hear.
You're
him.
mute. No, but his mic is problem. He's not muted. But Dr. Gajan Singh, you can tell your comment in the meantime. Now, Jitendra, can you speak? No, he's having problem with his mic. If you can hear me, you're having some problem with your mic connection. Remove it and put the connection, or again call back. No problem. We'll wait. In the meantime, Dr. Gajan Singh.
Well, I think the very interesting presentations, especially I like the Colonel Deswal's presentation. Colonel Deswal, my village is near Khurja, so not very far from your Sikandrabad. Okay. But let me tell you that
I've been there. Yeah.
See, the big challenge is how to really organize farmers into group. And one way I see that agriculture universities have to change some system. We have to start recruiting students who will be doing farming. And if in 3-4 years of a degree program, we can train them in certain area, okay, complete system as a farmer. As Colonel Deswal told you, farmer has to be such a multidisciplinary person, okay, where everything under the sky he has to know, okay. So if we train these students as future farmers, rather than too much of theory and all those things, I think if they are given a field of, let's say, 5 hectares for a group of 5 people or something like that, and they do this as a commercial trade from the very beginning, and then they go back to the society, set up sample farmers, demonstration farms, and then if the farmers are convinced that this is something to follow them, then I think we can do a big revolution. The question is, we ourselves talk a lot on the webinars and seminars and everywhere, but many of us as agriculture scientists ourselves don't feel confident. As Colonel said, that if you don't do it early, at least you can do after retirement. Even that, we don't take that. So I think something has to relate with the education and its use of education. And I wanted to know from Colonel Deswal, how really you can organize these FPOs. What is the way? Because the farmers it's very difficult to put them together. They can come under a business model, but how to really make those business models successful?
Sir, universally, majority of the people can understand the language of money. If you want FPO, etc., though I was saying it can work, it is one of the ways, but I don't find in the present situation in our country where we are living, I am living with all these people. I don't think brothers are not working together. Forget about FPO.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That has to be followed.
Okay.
Our model is to be studied. We are the boss of everything in our model. But we have ensured the farmers who are working with us gets the double of the income what they were doing. That language is understood by all. Secondly, very honestly, I will accept that even God cannot make farmers satisfied. With the double income also, he is not satisfied.
Yeah. Yes.
He tries to, it is a very interesting thing. I am also in the learning process. Now he is thinking, they are earning 4 times, 6 times than me. He doesn't know. Sir, we have not taken even a single penny for last 20 years from this project. We are not drawing any salary from this project. For last 6 months, we are taking some money as a salary. Otherwise, I am working with my pension. My family is doing with that pension. All that money has gone into this only.
So what do you say?
We have ensured the farmer cannot go because moment he goes, he loses. There is no alternative to him. Otherwise, he is not satisfied with anyone. Even God cannot make him satisfied. But we ensure that he gets 2 to 2.5 times. Number one. Number two, if he is working with us here, he doesn't have to invest. We are giving wherewithal. But in this bargain, to select these people, we have lost crores of rupees. People have borrowed that money. Since
I think
but unless until, sir, say again. You're saying
go ahead,
something?
please. No, go ahead, please.
It is a very, very it is for their own problems. People who are okay financially, their children are okay, whose stomach is filled, they can talk of values. They can talk of honesty. The problem is today the rural population, the farmer is in distress. How he will talk of values and all this? It is a catch-22 situation. But if people like you and me work, we can make a difference in a big way, in a small area.
Thank you, Colonel. I think Jitendra Srivastava, you're back again.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you hear me again? Or
I can hear you very well. We all can hear. Please go ahead.
First of all, I just very quick one.